Hey guys, welcome back to Demigod's Music Production Hub. Today I want to show you a video about remixing, specifically a track I did a few months ago. It features a vocal from the Carpenters. I particularly liked Karen Carpenter's stunning, frankly, and really original, unique tonal voice. And I really wanted to use that in a track, in a more mellow, dream pop style track. Okay, so what I'm going to show you is how I manipulated the vocal and created something a little bit unique. Alright, let's check it out. The vocals I want to take are from We've Only Just Begun. It's a very well-known song, but I'm just going to use a very small part of it and manipulate it slightly so that it fits nicely with my track that I've got already. So you can hear it's a very spacious, big, nice, slow developing track. First of all, I want to get the Acapella that I ripped off YouTube. Sorry. Just going to create a new audio track here and find it on my hard drive. Now I'm only using an MP3 here, but I would definitely encourage you to use as higher quality audio file as you can, just so that when it comes to editing and warping and stuff, if you start with a good quality sample, it's going to make a big difference in the mix of your overall track. Just to quickly explain, I've not used a sampler, not yet anyway. We're going to actually manipulate this original audio piece first before we put it into a sampler, and that's so that I can adjust the transposition using a really good quality audio manipulation function. So Complex Pro, leaving the envelope in the middle is fine for most audio. Although this is largely an a cappella track, some of the instrumentation does happen later on, so the main part of the track I want is just the very beginning, just the first few bars. So let's solo and audition this.
We've only just begun to live, white lace and...
Okay, so the warp is auto selected, that's my default go-to. I'm actually fine with it matching the tempo, although in this very beginning bit she's not singing in any particular tempo, so it's very, very hard for Ableton to stretch it accurately to what mine is. I've already checked it out and it does fit fairly well, so I'm not going to adjust any of this warping stuff. Just going to leave it on its auto setting. Okay, grabbing the endpoint, let's bring it down to our looped area. Now we can right click, crop sample, and now we're only dealing with this smaller bit. This is going to be more useful when we zoom in on the sampler. Okay, so the transposition, I want to match my key. Let's play along with the synth here.
We've only just begun to live.
Okay, so it's 4 semitones up there, and that's pretty much spot on. Right, now that we've got this 4 semitoned up and nicely warped so that she doesn't sound like a chipmunk, that was the idea really, it's time to put this sample into Simpler. At the moment, this transposition isn't printed on to this piece of audio. So what I'm going to do actually is create a new audio track, and let's get rid of that, and we're going to do some resampling. So we're going to record in the audio from, let's make sure it's just this one. So we record our track, resampling, and we'll always make sure the monitor is set to in. Okay, and then we can press this.
We've only just begun to live, white lace and promises.
Okay, there we go. Let's just check this has worked all right. So we'll solo this track. Let's double click on it.
We've only just begun.
So we can turn this warping off now.
We've only just begun.
Great, so we've got a clean piece of audio there at the right transposition, and we can now drop this clean piece straight into a sampler. So let's Command Shift and T for a new MIDI track. Let's grab, what do we want? Instruments, sampler, onto here. Then clicking on new one, popping it in there. Now we can get rid of the 2 audio tracks. We're not going to need those anymore. Sampler. So what I want to do is loop. Yes, we shall keep. Actually, first of all, I'm just going to loop this 4 bars here. So I'm going to make a 4-bar note on C3, just playing, well, let's make it 4 bars, just playing from the beginning of the sample. And let's play that now. We need to up the volume here.
We've only just begun to live.
And now this is where I'm going to do some manipulation. Right, so I only want this "We've Only Just Begun" section first, and the 4 bars actually last longer than this short section. So what I want to do is loop the very end of it so that a note is held, and it sounds like she's singing a really long held note. It just makes it really musical, and of course it changes it nicely from the original. Right, so I'm going to select this sustain mode, okay, and this is looping back and forth. And I think when you've got a solo vocal, this sounds really natural, and you'll see what I mean. Okay, so let's set the loop section to be a little bit nearer the end. And now I'm just going to make small adjustments here till we've got something nice and musical.
We've only just begun. We've only just begun. We've only just begun.
I'm now going to increase a bit of crossfade here. Again, another helpful tool to get the when the repeats are going back and forth, to get them a little smoother.
We've only just begun. We've only just begun. We've only just begun.
Okay, I'm pretty happy with that actually. So what we're going to do now is rename this to, let's say, Vox 1. And I'd like a second half now. So let's duplicate the whole track. So the sampler's on there. The same note is going to play. Let's mute this one for a second. And now what I'm going to do is going to find a different bit to loop. Okay.
We've only just begun. We're listening to live.
That bit's really nice if that's looped there. Okay, so let's actually take these 2 parts now and drop the first one here and the second one here, and we can increase this to 8 bars now. So let's hear how these sound in context together, one after the other. Oops, help if I enable that one.
We've only just begun.
Great. Let's get another 2 parts. Well, actually, do you know what? I think I like the sound of this for the second time. Now the chords changed slightly, but I know it's still going to work. It's still going to be in key. So I'm going to copy this one, put it into the 4th place, and I want a new 3rd one. So without further ado, let's Command D to duplicate the track there. Just delete that one out and that one. Now let's click on here. And I like the word promises. I want that to be quite prominent there. So what I'm going to do is, in fact, let's go back and let's just loop the empty bit for now. Let's Yep, that's absolutely fine. Let's take off the drums and bass. I got a bit overexcited there. I brought those in too early. Okay. Just make sure I get the P there. I really should zoom in. Really should zoom in here and get really into detail. I know I'm rushing this for the video a little bit, but it's worth taking your time. Okay, that's it. I really like it. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, first of all, we need to click, drag, tab, and plop it on our third one there. Enable it. Right, let's tidy up here. Vox 3, Vox 2. Right, let's get an idea of what this sounds like now. What I'm going to do, classic thing, it's a bit of EQing and send these tracks to a bit of reverb as well. I'll do that on the fly. Here we go.
We've only just begun.
Okay, there we go.